life just doesn't just whatever. You know, so like, you all made it to this place, so there's a flow. So I was in Israel, and music was just like revolving. You know, like there was guys singing, and you know, in Jerusalem, and I went down to the Kotel singing Bob Marley with my guitar, and all these soldiers were dancing with me, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. Everyone's so into music and singing. And I went out to Sfas, and I had a Shabbos, you know, in Sfas. You know, I didn't know what it was then, but I went out, and there were so many musicians and artists there. This guy's coming next week to Sfas, by the way. So you know, he doesn't live there originally, but he's been living there the last year. So there's a lot of like hippie spiritual vibes out there. So I was like, whoa, Judaism? This is something that's in our religion. There's spirituality, there's music, there's meditation, there's something mystical about our religion. Now, I grew up in a system in London, it's very cold Judaism. Yeah? You know, you're lucky in America, you get a bit more warmth. In England, it's foggy, it's cold. Yeah, that's why a lot of the musicians are depressed at the mountain there. You know, like the Rolling Stones and the sky. You know, like they come out with a little bit like the dark side to them. You know, just you get that vibe. You know, like London. You know, like it's a bit of a depressing place. You know, as you can say. So there's such a change in vibe to be with all these young people. Everyone's in such a good mood. Everyone's singing. Everyone's in a more, you know, cool vibe. So this for me opened up a certain door. And there's lots of stories I can tell you personally, like how I met my wife, how I met my brother-in-law in Israel by chance. He wasn't my brother-in-law, he was my best friend. I could tell you lots of stories, and if I'm going to have the opportunity to chill with you guys, I will personally will, because they're great stories, and it shows you how much there was a connection to everything going on. Look, the fact that I'm standing in this school, for example, how I got to Jaffa and Beit Shemesh, my own personal story, how I'm talking to you guys now, everything's a flow. This music is that, if you look at the way music works organically, it's a flow of notes. You join everything together, and if you do it in a good way, it comes out a great song. Yeah, like the best songwriters made it simple. So if you keep things simple, then everyone gets the vibe. You know? Because if you try to be too complex, unless you're like that kind of guy, most people it's simple goes. Yeah, so all the best songwriters are simple. That's the rule. So that what simply sums up what I'm saying said till now. Is the idea of music and mysticism is there's a flow, and it comes together. So we're going to have a journey together from this time on, if the school wants, until Bezras Hashem, Lag BaOmer is the climax of mysticism and music, where it comes together with Shimon Bar Yochai, yeah, his famous day. Do you all know Shimon Bar Yochai? I'm not like, you know, the first time I met you guys, and I'm just getting a vibe, you know. So Shimon Bar Yochai, so he was a famous mystic from our religion, and from the Jewish people, and he lived in this main place where he was located in Sfat, Iran, and he brought down the mysticism in a revealed way that no one had ever done before since the time when Moshe got the Torah at Har Sinai. And this tzaddik of Shimon Bar Yochai is the chain of righteous people until our generation, which brought down a certain mysticism that explains everything. So you don't have to feel confused anymore. Life can be clear. That's the most important other thing of mysticism, not just the flow, connecting everything. But also the clarity you get. There's clarity. And that's something that, you know, very much relates to music. Like everyone gets a certain clarity. When you listen to a song and you're having certain emotions, it clarifies your emotions. And if the guy is a good guy, or the woman, or whatever you listen to, I mean hopefully guys. So the guy is singing, yeah. His emotions are positive, yeah. Like he's a good guy. His goals are positive, and he wants to achieve positive things. So that kind of guy, that kind of talent or star, he's gonna put into and clarify your emotions in a positive way. But say you get a guy like Miles Davis. Have you heard of him? He's a jazz musician. And he's not such a good guy generally. I mean, I don't know his personal life, but he was very depressed, yeah, and he had a lot of trouble generally, yeah. So his music, you ask a professional psychologist, like what effect does his music have on your moods, is meditative. So if you go to a psychologist who's an expert in music and music therapy and healing, what would affect the music, do not play Miles Davis to a guy who's suffering with depression. It doesn't work, yeah? Unless the guy is who wants to end his life. Anyway, so which we don't want. So the point is, like you've got to understand the effect music has on you and the settings. Like we all have intuitions. That's how we deal with a lot of these things. We just intuit. It's good once in a while to also learn and think about what you're doing especially with music, what you're putting into yourself, in the type of mood you want to accomplish something, you want to go do something, put on lively music. Obviously, everyone understands that. I need to explain obvious things. But the idea is that to understand how music, with clarity and the flow of things, this is something that the more clarity you have, the more you can get more out of your life from these forces like music, and understanding how life has a purpose and has a flow. And this is what we're going to talk about with the mystical side as well. Let me give you just an example, go back to Shemesh. Now, historically, it's important to have the historic history of our people in a very big nutshell. We're just going to like clarify it very quick. Yeah? Shemesh was from the Tanoim. Now, if we just go through history quickly, very quick, I'm going to do a little bit of mysticism within this history. You might have never heard this before. It's in a sefer called the Tanya, which is a Hasidic sefer, and he is that on that chain of mysticism of mystics. Now, quickly, here you go, guys. Everyone, wake up! No, it's an important point. Yeah, okay. This we won't forget, especially you're in yeshiva, so it's important. Like Shivat, Ashreinu, you understand something, but you're learning. You're tapping into this. Now, a guy on the bus. This is exactly my point. A guy on the bus is sitting next to me, a cool guy from South Africa, just now, 20 minutes ago, yeah? And he said to me, listen, I have a question. You're giving a shiur on music mysticism. How does this relate to me? What's this got to do? What's all this spirits and spiritual ideas I've heard from these rabbis that I listen to? How's this relating to me? I just find it very hard to relate to. So I'm going to tell you one way, very, very short, quick, easy way to remember it. A very quick, easy way to remember this one way of how mysticism relates to you, bro. Even the guy with his head down sleeping. Now listen, because every day, yeah, you guys are you're gonna have to encounter this while you're in Israel, and I hope for the rest of your life, because we're all Torah Jews, yeah. We all have a connection into this. You know, we're all connected into this chain. You know, it's good to be Jewish, but we also have Torah, and that defines our people, the uniqueness of our people, and our special qualities we can bring to the world. So Moshe Rabbeinu, when he gave the Torah, he gave, and listen to this, it's a deep idea, he gave it on the level of hey. That's why I said to this guy, the Shem Hashem, God's name, let's just explain before I get into the chain. The God's name, Hashem's name, is the first halakha in Shulchan Aruch. That's your mitzvah to remember, that He's in front of you always. Hashem's name is in front of you. Hashem Himself is here with you always. That's a unifying force. I was talking about this whole flow of divine providence. Hashem is constant. This is the first halakha in Shulchan Aruch. I'm not just some cracked out guy talking to you. I'm telling you, I'm explaining it in different ways, but bottom line, this is the Shulchan Aruch. This is what halakha asks you to keep. God Himself wants you to know the first thing when He gave you the Esed Dibros, and Moshe Rabbeinu stood there and passed down the Torah to you, was Anochi Hashem Elokecha. Hashem put it into every Jewish soul. I've met every type of Jew in my life, from all different worlds and different places and trees this way, that way. I've met every type of non-Jew as well, probably. I'm not that old, but I've been around a lot. And each person I've met has this aspect, especially Jewish people, that Anochi. Hashem put into us that I am Hashem, your God, who took out Mitzrayim, and you should have no other God. And I am Hashem, your God, that took out. This is Hashem's there with you. Why did He say I take you out of Mitzrayim? Because every day is taking out of our Mitzrayim, out of your restraints. He's relating to you now. You have struggles in this world, and He helps you with it. And that's a daily thing, a daily experience of emunah, of belief in God. So now, how does this relate to what we're getting back to? So the Hay was revealed. Hashem revealed His highest aspect, that really in the lowest place. He brought Himself down to the world. He came into the world for all of us and put inside of us belief in God. And that was Moshe Rabbeinu was the messenger for that. And we couldn't take it, because before Moshe Rabbeinu became our messenger, because we couldn't take it, we heard, each one of us, everyone heard Anochi Hashem Elokecha. And that idea of Anochi Hashem Elokecha came down at Har Sinai, and that came down as a head, that came down as the Chumash, that came down as the 5 books of Moses. Yeah? And we all received that. And every Jew in the world, Reform, Conservative, they all know that 5 books of Moses is legit. Yeah? Everybody, yeah, because that everyone saw. Goyim, every non-Jew, everyone knows. By the way, if you have questions, you can ask me. Everyone knows this is a reality, and even the not other religions, they all, even atheists, they have even more belief to not believe it.